Hello and welcome to Community Chats. I'm your host, Aley Hammer, and today we're joined with Craig Howe, the Managing Director for Apac from Contino. Craig, thank you so much for being here today. Can you start by telling us a little bit about the fascinating work that you do at Contino?
Yeah, sure. And thanks a lot for having us, Aley. Contino, we're a transformation consultancy, and we have offices across in Australia, the US, and the UK. We help heavily regulated enterprises be fast, agile, and competitive. How do we do that? Well, we enable measurable transformation through the adoption of enterprise DevOps, cloud-native computing platforms, and data platforms through data. We continue to do this through advising, building, and upskilling our customers and our customers' teams. And we've been a premier partner for AWS now for some 4 years. We're an innovative specialist consulting group that really at our core has a unique way of working through our squad model.
Wow, it must be so thrilling to work in such an agile and competitive industry. And you recently worked with NAB to migrate 30 apps in 50 days to the AWS platform. What an exciting challenge. So can you tell us a little bit more about this? How did you achieve it?
Yeah, well, I mean, NAB's one of our most valued customers, and we've been doing a lot of work with them for some time, across their teams. We've helped them with moving critical workloads to AWS in a safe, secure and compliant manner for some time now. But that 30 and 50 project, that was really around, the bank needed to service their customers better. They needed to be more competitive in the industry. And underpinning that was obviously, accelerating their journey to cloud. So we worked in close partnership with AWS in professional services, Contino and NAB to build a team around an accelerated migration program, small team, to deliver that 30 and 50. And when I come back to measurable outcomes, what do we look to achieve? We improved their timeframe and SLAs around, executing and managing that IT change. Retirement of technical debt was another one. Improved ways of working. And again, significant knowledge transfer around that dual delivery and upskilling.
What an amazing achievement. And Contino also work with some of the biggest companies, you've mentioned a few already, who are starting their migration journey from legacy computing to the cloud. So can you share with us how your customers benefit from being on the cloud?
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, I think our customers understand that cloud is an enabler, and it's really there to help transform their business. And we see that obviously with our expertise in those, highly regulated environments, energy, banking, superannuation, etc. But, I think when I think of cloud migrations, that's a great start, but it's much more than that. We see our customers moving into a lot of different areas with us, data engineering, data analytics, customer experience, cloud native technologies. These are all really great things. But I think for us, where we see the rubber really hit the road, so to speak, where it's really effective is, when we sit down with them and really look at their cloud operating model. How do we take meaningful transformation beyond what some people think is just a cloud deployment? So it's where the people, processes, and the technology really come into play. And we think, if you start to change the operating model of the enterprise, then cloud can really become that game changer.
Yeah, it's so true. And I guess what I want to know is what's some new projects that you've got on the horizon at Contino? Because you're always innovating, you're always working on new things. So what's coming up next for you guys?
I think it's really about enabling our people that will go and help customers. Sounds very simple, but true. So, we're going to continue to focus on our people. We're going to continue to empower, with those squads, to make that happen. We talk about cool things with cool people internally, and when your values align and you get to do that, then great things can really happen. And, I think for us, testament has been having 2 of the top 3 AWS ANZ APN contributors, last year. That obviously lends to a great experience, and our Amazon relationship is really strong. I talked about innovation earlier. And perhaps I can provide a small example. We're gamifying our accreditation and certifications within Contino. A little bit competitive, but the gamification's really fun. And we're seeing our consultants really being motivated from that, early days. But, we really want to uplift that technical base, within Contino, and obviously if an offset of that, the wider community, if we can. So, that people enablement to scale is really, really key for us going forward.
So this month on Community Chats, we're mixing things up a little bit and we're asking our partners, what do you think is going to be the next big thing in technology? I mean, we've had all sorts of creative answers this month, so I'm really looking forward to what you think will be the next big thing in tech.
I think you've really got to be match fit first to a degree. It's almost like, a sports game and practicing. You've got to go and train, and you've got to go and practice, because there is just so much technology out there available, for SMB through to the enterprise. And so, provided that, you are match fit or you have some level of practice, I guess to answer your question, what would that be? I've seen a lot in orchestration of cloud. I've seen, robot process automation with AI being enabled, and that's been really good, but I still think it's quite insular sometimes in terms of its business processes. Obviously, a lot of people are going to pick remote collaboration type tooling with COVID, but, I would have thought it's more centered around operational governance. So, what I mean by that is compliance, risk, and security, making sure that the team can sleep, safe at night. And if I look at cloud in terms of its progression, very, very much seems that we've moved from if cloud to when. And so, with all of those people on these platforms, anything that can remove the friction around that operational governance, I think is going to be really key. It's almost like it's a bad analogy, but, we need a super janitor, that cleans up all the mess that people don't understand and has the superpowers to understand some of those really key, inner workings of the company. Because reputational damage is obviously, bad, but time is a currency too. And you want your team on the next business event, whether it be worldwide like COVID or something else, this will happen. And so getting your teams more focused on go to market and not having to worry about those operational aspects and having the technology to help you do that, I think will be the next big thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Craig. And to all our viewers at home, we'll see you next time.